But there are people who face treacherous tests of a different kind and willingly place their lives on the line. Now get ready as National Geographic's Most Dangerous Moments embarks on amazing challenges. If you want a dangerous challenge, try this. Off the coast of South Africa, an abandoned container ship burns out of control and finally runs aground right near a protected wildlife sanctuary. It's a ticking time bomb, loaded with toxic chemicals and fuel oil. Now, it's up to a daring salvage crew to contain the raging fire and unload the toxic cargo. They've got their work cut out for them. It's extremely dangerous, and the men are ready to evacuate at a moment's notice.
You've got the ship at an angle, you've got a lot of oil, and the decks are very, very dangerous, very slippery.
Though the flames die down, the fire continues to rage below deck. For weeks, the salvage team battles the fire and hazardous working conditions. Then, one morning, things take a dramatic and deadly turn. A helicopter pilot ferries the work crew out to the ship.
We moved to our normal position and started letting the people down onto the ship. And then out of the corner of my eye, I just saw something blowing up from the deck of the ship. I immediately asked the winchman what blew up.
A heavy-duty sack has blown into the chopper's tail rotor, crippling it. The chopper is out of control.
I went down on power to get the aircraft on deck as soon as possible. And I then had a controlled pressure.
A second helicopter races to the scene.
So we approached the helicopter, and it was just the way it fell. I just thought that there's no way anybody can get out of there alive.
Hidden in the flames, injured men are scrambling to survive. Some jump overboard, while others are able to make it down a ship's ladder. The most badly injured have to be lowered over the ship's side on stretchers. But miraculously, all 17 men aboard the flaming chopper survive. For some people, danger is part of the job description. But others seek out the world's riskiest challenges, even if it could cost them their lives. The Sanpo River Gorge in Tibet boasts some of the most violent whitewater in the world. No one has ever descended its length. Now, 4 world-class kayakers have traveled here to take up the challenge. Almost from the start, the river shows it's not to be trifled with. The heaviest rains in decades have swollen the river, creating monster rapids. Doug Gordon, the group's strongest paddler, heads into the thick of the raging current. Suddenly, the river flips him and holds him under. After almost 30 seconds, the river spits him out. But it's a close call and a warning.
I got humbled. That's the best way to describe it. But all's well that ends well, so we'll just be a little more careful on the next one.
Now, they enter the most dangerous stretch of whitewater. Doug leads the way. He thinks he's found a route through the raging rapids. There's no room for error. He'll have to plunge over an 8-foot waterfall in just the right spot. Any mistake, and the river will suck him into a hole at the base of the falls. As he nears the drop, the team watches from shore, knowing that Doug must hug the rocks on the right, where he can handle the current. But the river has other plans. It drags him toward the heart of the falls. It flips him upside down and holds him. But this time, the river doesn't let go.
I thought he would roll up and paddle into the eddy. I really was not that afraid for him until the horror of the last roll attempt. I saw him disappear into the first hole, and I never saw him again.
Stunned by Doug's death, the others abandoned their quest.
I don't think I'll ever do anything anywhere near that challenging again and put myself in a risky situation, ever.
In spite of the risks, there are always those willing to go where others won't. You probably wouldn't want any part of what these 4 men are attempting. They're on Canada's remote Baffin Island, north of the Arctic Circle. They've braved intense cold, ice crevasses, avalanches, and fierce polar bears, all to do one thing: climb these sheer peaks, towering several thousand feet over the ice, and then jump off. All 4, Dwayne Thomas, Sean Richards, Sean Ellison, and Ian Mullins, are experienced base jumpers. Ian has made over 150 jumps off bridges, buildings, antennas, and cliffs. But Baffin Island is their most extreme challenge yet. Not only is it cold,
pretty chilly, like minus 15, minus 16.
but they're about 100 miles from the nearest humans.
We're doing the most extreme sport in the world, in the most extreme place in the world, and there's nobody here to rescue us if we get into danger at all.
Things go wrong right from the start. On their very first ascent, Sean Richards gets frostbite, and Sean Ellison re-injures a knee.
This is a pretty hardcore climb.
They're laid up for several days. But now, finally, after hours of climbing, all 4 stand at the top of a 3,500-foot cliff. It's been brutal getting here, and the jump down could kill them. But it's the moment they've dreamed of for months.
My heart is going. Oh. All right, Dwayne?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, baby, yeah, come on! Come on! All right, bud. Hold on.
They may be seasoned jumpers, but they're not taking a dive off a 3,500-foot cliff lightly. A gust of wind could send them crashing into the rock face. And even premier base jumpers have been killed when their chutes didn't open. Ian and Dwayne will go first.
3, 2, 1.
Sean Ellison is next.
See ya.
Finally, Sean Richards stands alone at the summit.
First jump in Baffin Island. Taken a lot of planning, a lot of time and effort to get here. Let's go enjoy the ride. I'm absolutely revving. Rock and roll! I'm absolutely blown away. Take me home, that's it, I'm done, man, I'm finished. Heads up!
You don't have to travel to the ends of the earth to find dangerous challenges. There are plenty of them closer to home, including some that are explosive. Meet a family who make a living blowing up buildings, including some of the biggest of their kind anywhere in the world. Since 1960, Maryland-based Controlled Demolition Inc. has brought down over 7,000 structures, setting 4 world records. The Loazo family is modest about its accomplishments.
We do argue here and there about who actually holds what record, and the truth is it's subjective.
It gets down to nitpicking. Well, what is the biggest one? And, what was the most difficult one? And this and that. They were all challenges.
Challenges indeed. Blowing up bridges is hard enough. But try blowing up an old bridge without damaging the new one just 10 feet away. Then, try taking down some of the biggest structures in the world without killing anyone, including yourself. They've set world records for the world's biggest gas tower implosion in New York. And the world's tallest radio tower demolition in Trelew, Argentina. In San Juan, Puerto Rico, they set a world record for the most buildings taken down at a time, 17.
Fire.
And in Detroit, they took down the J.L. Hudson department store, setting a world record for the tallest steel building ever imploded. But for sheer jaw-dropping size, nothing can beat imploding gigantic arenas and stadiums. And the world record, and our top dangerous moment, belongs to the Seattle Kingdome, recognized by Guinness as the largest building by volume ever imploded.
On every level, that job was so incredibly challenging. Logistically, it was so huge.
Completed in 1976, the Kingdome measured nearly 40,000 cubic meters in volume. Its roof alone covered 10 acres and weighed 23,000 tons, one of the largest in the world. It would take a king-size effort to bring it down. 22 tons of explosives and almost 6,000 dynamite holes. And if something went wrong, the damage would be king-size too. To nearby historic buildings, a railroad, and a brand new stadium. What's more, the site was right on top of the Seattle earthquake fault, so vibrations had to be minimized. 20-foot-high mounds of dirt and sand were built to cushion the fall. Finally, on March the 26th, 2000, thousands turn out to see the dome come down.
Nothing could have prepared me for what happened, because I don't care how many times you picture it in your mind, you just can't get your mind around something of that magnitude coming down.
3, 2, 1, fire!
In less than 20 seconds, the Kingdome is reduced to a pile of rubble only 20 feet high. It's a beautiful job, and one worthy of a world record. As we've seen, taking on dangerous challenges can result in some amazing moments. We've followed people who survived some hair-raising adventures. You've survived too, after confronting spine-tingling danger, animal encounters that shock us, and animal rescues that take unexpected turns. The fury of nature unbound. Rites and rituals at the edges of human experience, and perilous challenges to overcome. They're the scenes that stop our hearts. National Geographic's most dangerous moments.